What's going on, everybody? It's your boy J-Man back checking in with the people. And I know I'm late to this, but I wanted to do a review for all the conferences that we at least watch on the channel during E3. Now, we have been hosting the conferences, me and the Press Start family, on my channel, and with that I reached 1K subscribers. So I just want to thank everybody for subscribing to the channel, everybody for rocking with the streams that we've been doing, hitting that like button, sharing the streams out. We gonna keep on putting this content out for y'all. Y'all just stick with us and keep it funky, keep it rocking. So I did want to talk about EA's press conference and basically give my review on everything that's going down. So I got a list here with me, and let's see what we got. So first off, they opened the show with Battlefield 5. Now, I think even before they showed the trailer, they talked a little bit about how they got a Battle Royale mode coming to Battlefield, and it's going to be like post-launch. So it's not something that they showed off, but something that they announced. Now, I actually thought that they were going to talk about a Battlefield Battle Royale mode at their reveal event, but they had no mention of it. So I thought maybe they would be one of the big shooter games that skipped out on Battle Royale, but nah, fam. Nah, fam, they just waited for the right time to talk about it, I guess, and that was at their E3 EA Play press conference. We didn't get to see the footage, but in my opinion, I think Battlefield has like the perfect formula for a Battle Royale mode. It's a big, large maps already. You got the destructible environments. Now you got the fortifications that you can do on the environments. You have different classes and stuff like that you can use, and it just seems like a perfect match for Battle Royale. So I really want to see what they're gonna do with that Battle Royale mode there, and hopefully they show us that soon. Other than that, my excitement for Battlefield 5 is lukewarm. I'm still a fan of the Battlefield games. I really like what they did with the story in Battlefield 1. The multiplayer got old really fast just because of the limitations when it comes to the guns and the maps and things like that. So being that this game is World War II, we're going to see a little bit better variety in that sense. And I just hope that it'll keep me around longer. And if you do want to see gameplay for the game, you got to check out Jack Fragg's channel. And that kind of upset me because I'm like, this is y'all conference. Y'all not going to show us gameplay for the game. And they said you can see more at Microsoft stage. And Microsoft showed like a minute trailer. So I'm like, what the hell was the point of all of that? Just show us the game at your conference. If not, then don't tell us to look forward to another event to see the game. We're not going to see it. You got to check out YouTubers' channels for the game. So that's what I really thought about Battlefield. Let's move on. FIFA. Don't really care about FIFA. They talked about FIFA 19 a little bit. They talked about how there's going to be a free trial for FIFA 18. And I believe they talked about a mode that's coming to the game for the World Cup that's coming up. So if you're into FIFA, cool announcement. For me, I really don't care. I would love for them to actually make a FIFA street game because I really love the street. Like EA, I know they hear people talk about these street games, and they need to come back with the NFL streets, NBA streets, FIFA, the soccer street games. Like those games were lit to me, especially the FIFA. Like I really like that game. So I don't really care for FIFA, but that was a little cool announcement that they had announced. Next up, EA talked about a streaming service. Now, I read an article the other day, and basically, I think it was from, I don't know if it was from a Ubisoft developer or somebody that works at Ubisoft, but they talked about how, I think they said PlayStation 5 or the next Xbox will be like the last consoles, and after that, everything will be moving to streaming. Now, this has basically been talked about this whole generation and how everything is moving to streaming. You got PlayStation now. You have what EA is trying to do with their streaming service in the future, where you can stream to different devices like mobiles and mobile devices, tablets, PCs, laptops, stuff like that. And then we learned today that Microsoft is going to be investing heavily into a streaming service as well. I'm not a big fan of streaming just because it's very dependent on your internet provider. And if you don't have some of the best internet and something that can match, basically it's the latency that I have a big deal with. I want it to feel as if I'm playing the game natively on the console, and I don't know if any internet will be ever possible to repeat or mimic that feeling that you're playing this game on the console. If I could be proven wrong. As internet gets better, I could be proven wrong. But as of right now, when I tried out PlayStation Now, it doesn't do that. It doesn't do it for me. I want the ability to still be able to download my games or put a disc in a console or something like that natively so I can play that and get the best feedback possible. If internet can provide that on a similar level, if not better, then I'm cool. But I feel like as of right now, it's a little bit too soon. I really don't want to really be hearing about the streaming services, but look forward to a lot of people announcing it because it seems as if that's going to be the future of gaming, unfortunately. Damn. Then they talked about Origin Access Premier. Now, Origin Access is something that I believe as of right now you can get trials for new games that they have coming out and discounts on the game when it actually comes out. What Origin Access Premier does is you pay $100 a year and you can get every new game that they announce that's coming out on EA's platform, whether it be a Battlefield 5, an Anthem. I think they even said Madden's going to be on there. So, and Madden also is going to be coming to PC. That was another announcement that they made. So, I think I'm going to subscribe to this EA Origin Access Premier because of the simple fact that if I'm already interested in two of your games, say for instance, I'm interested in Battlefield 5, $60 game, and an Anthem, another $60 game. That's already $120 that I'm spending on your game, where I could just buy the $100 a year subscription and have all of the games that you have available to check out. And I'm already paying cheaper than I would be paying $120 for those two games alone. So it seems as if it's similar to Game Pass. I know Game Pass is starting to offer all of Microsoft's games coming up, and they're trying to get more third-party games, newer games, to be day and date with Game Pass. So that's cool to see that more companies are taking advantage of this service, especially when you think that I'm going to be buying more than two games in the year. So it seems like it's going to be worth it. So yeah, Origin Access Premier, I will be subscribing to that. I talked about Madden on PC. Next I had on here was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Respawn is making a Star Wars game. This announcement was kind of trash because they didn't even come up on stage. The dude went out into the crowd and the Respawn developer was sitting in the crowd. And they basically interviewed him live at the press conference talking about this Star Wars Jedi game. We didn't get to see no gameplay. We didn't get to even see a JPEG. We got on Nintendo for showing a JPEG for Metroid. They didn't even do any of that for this Star Wars game. They just talked about it. No release date, no gameplay, no pictures, no nothing. They just talked about the game for a couple minutes. To me, they could have saved it. I'd rather you show this announcement when you have something to show. Goddamn, not an interview in the middle of a press conference. That's terrible for pacing. It's terrible for, we don't give a damn what you're talking about. This is a press conference. We want to see these games. We don't want to just hear about them. So it looks like maybe next year at EA Play, we'll see what this game is hitting for. But until then, we got to wait. I'm excited though. I'm excited because it is a Jedi game, lightsabers, all that kind of crazy stuff. And it probably is going to be a third-person game, so that's new for Respawn. Even though they did work on the third-person Call of Duty back when they were, a team with Activision. So, yeah, moving on. And they talked about Star Wars Battlefront 2 DLC. I still haven't got my hands on this game. The loot boxes whole thing, that was something. It didn't really affect my purchase. To be honest, it just came to a point where I wasn't too interested in picking it up. I do still want to play the story, and the DLC they announced was like some Clone Wars stuff. So if you're a Star Wars fan, which I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but the Clone Wars is probably an exciting announcement for somebody. Not really me, but I'll still probably check it out. Then we got into Unravel 2. One of the games that EA had announced, I believe it was 2 press conferences ago, because I think last year was the big focus on A Way Out. I think the press conference before that is when they announced Unravel. Looks like a cool game. I played it a little bit, I think on a trial. I do want to get back to beating it. Unravel 2 is the sequel. It has a big focus on co-op. When I first heard that, I said, that's great because I could play with friends. We can do these puzzles together. But unfortunately, the co-op is limited to local only. I don't know why these platformers like a Cuphead, like an Unravel, do not have online co-op. I understand the latency can affect certain puzzles, but I still think we should have that option. Little Big Planet did it. Now, it was some laggy mess depending on your internet, but it still was an option, you know what I mean? It still was an option there, and I think they should always give us that option to play online co-op with these platformers because it killed a lot of people's excitement because they wanted to play this game with their friends, and now it's probably going to be limited. It will be limited to local co-op, and you have to either find somebody nearby you or you playing it by yourself, which you can still play by yourself, even though there's a focus on, the two characters in the game. You can still play it by yourself. You can control one, and then you can swap over control another if you have to use both to complete a puzzle. So Unravel 2, I want to play the first one, but I think I will eventually get around to playing this game. Just disappointed that it doesn't have online co-op. Next up, A Way Out had a little bit of an announcement. The game was a success. It sold over 1 million copies very early on after release. And EA announced that the guy, I forget what his name was, but he's basically getting a bigger studio to make a bigger game. So hats off to them. A Way Out was a fantastic game. I loved playing it with Kofi. A great co-op game. And that's another thing. A Way Out has online co-op. Why wouldn't a game like Unravel have online co-op? But don't get it. But I'm happy to see them get a bigger studio because they deserve to make another game, a bigger game, and have more funds put into something that they're passionate about. So I'm excited to hear that about A Way Out. Next up was Sea of Solitude, another game coming out of the EA Originals. We didn't really get to see a lot of gameplay for this game, but basically I liked what they showed as far as the atmosphere of the game. It kind of gave me an Inside type of vibe. It seems like it can get really dark at moments, and then at times it can be very lighthearted. Again, we didn't see much of the gameplay. It's coming out in 2019, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. Probably something that I would check out, especially if I'm going to have like EA's Origin access. I'll probably end up playing through it. Next up, they showed a trailer for NBA Live. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I thought NBA Live 18 was terrible. I played the demo and I bought the game, played a couple matches online, and I did not like the way that game controlled at all. But I would be a liar if I sat here and said that NBA Live did not gain a big boost this year around. It seems like a lot of people jumped off of 2K and went on to play NBA Live. Like 2K is not dead, but NBA Live is definitely bigger than it has been over the past few years since the whole debacle with Jesus Bynum. It seems like they're getting on a rebound and they're trying to make a comeback. So, if you excited for NBA Live, that's cool for me. Hopefully they got another demo. I'll check it out again. If it still plays like last year's, I'm good on that. But they showed a trailer for the One mode, which is kind of similar to the park in 2K. And you get to see that they have like some of the WNBA players in this, because they were the first ones to include the WNBA in their game with NBA Live 18. So it's cool to see that they're taking the next step with the WNBA players and putting them in the One mode so you can use them in that, and hopefully more options there. So that was a cool little trailer that they saw. I can't get with their character models. They all seem too skinny to me, and I want to see them do something better with the animation. So I'll check out a demo if that does come out, or if it's on the EA Origin Access, I'll probably check it out there. Shit, why not? I'm gonna add it. Next up, they showed a trailer for Madden 19. No gameplay again. And that's what EA's conference was really lacking, the gameplay. They showed a lot of trailers, but not a lot of gameplay. A couple reveals had gameplay, but not a lot. Madden, again, something I'll probably check out on Origin Access Premiere. But, yeah, it was just a cinematic trailer. Nothing crazy. Nothing to get excited about, in my opinion. We'll just have to wait and see more gameplay for that. Probably the worst part of the conference was this Command & Conquer Rivals reveal. They literally came out with some shoutcasters, 2 gamers, and did a live 15 to 20 minute demo of Command & Conquer on stage. A mobile game at that. A mobile game. Like, who gives a damn about seeing this on the conference show floor? Stop with the shoutcasting. Stop with the mobile game displays. I understand y'all get millions of players on these mobile games, but we don't care to see this stuff at press conferences. Y'all gotta cut that shit out. That shit gotta stop. Please stop with the mobile game. Stop with the shoutcasting on the conference floors. Nobody gives a damn. Yeah, man, they spent way too much time on this. Way too much time, but man, terrible. Anyway, and last but not least, they showed Anthem, which they did announce a release date for. Which is February 22nd, 2019. That day is packed now. We got Crackdown 3 coming out that day. We got Days Gone coming out that day. We have Metro Exodus coming out that day. And now we got Anthem coming out that day. They did show a little bit of gameplay for Anthem. I'm looking forward to this game. Out of all the 4 games that's coming out that day, I'd probably say Anthem is my most anticipated game. We did get some more information about the game and how it's always online. It won't have PvP. But the things that did get me excited is the different javelin classes that they have for the game. I think it was like a storm. It was the Ranger, the Colossus, and another insect type of javelin, robot looking thing that you can control. The flight simulation looks good. The visuals look good. The weather effects look good. It is going to run at 30 FPS on consoles, but I will be picking this up on PC so I can play that thing at as high as my rig will let me. It does have a Destiny vibe to it, PvE, Destiny vibe to it, where you get together and you're going on missions. The story doesn't really seem to be the big focus of the game, but it is there. There is a story there, and it is only PvE. There's no PvP in this game, so that gives me hope that maybe the story will be better than what Destiny had to offer. But overall, I think the game's looking really good, and I'm still excited for Anthem. But yeah, that's the EA press conference. I would have to give this press conference like a 4 out of 10 if I was rating it on the scale, mainly because there wasn't really much there that was new that we didn't already know about that they announced. The biggest new announcements probably were the Unravel 2 and the Sea of Solitude, the 2 smaller original games that we see EA putting out. And the gameplay reveals for Anthem were fantastic. I loved what I saw from that. Other than that, everything was just a trailer, a cinematic trailer of a game that we already knew about, and it was pretty underwhelming at that. So overall, I'll give it a 4 out of 10, but let me know down in the comment section what you guys thought about the EA press conference. Rate the video, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will be doing reviews for Microsoft's press conference and Bethesda's coming up next. Boy, do I have a lot to say about those. So appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll catch y'all in my next video. Peace.